All right, today you'll be working at your table. You'll see that you will be given a chunk of clay. This is air dry clay. That means it doesn't go in an oven, it dries in the air. And this will be your tool like you used when you used Play-Doh, but they are clay carving tools. You'll also be given a paintbrush. Yours will have your name on the back of it. So your name will be written on the back so that we know it's yours and you don't have to worry about that. Now, just like when we were practicing with Play-Doh, you're gonna take off a hunk of your clay and form a base for your face. Now you need to decide how far up you wanna go. If you want some of this metal showing, everybody's paintbrush looks a little different from the next. Some are narrow, some are wide, some are tinier. So decide how far up you wanna go. You're welcome to cover the whole thing and then paint over the clay. You could sculpt, a cool crown or designs up here. You don't have to do it all with just hot glue. So you can decide how far you want to go up and how far you want to go down. You don't want to go down like all the way down to here because this is not the facial area. So like around here where the neck starts to form. So I'm going to get some clay. And I'm forming it onto my paintbrush. So I'm going to show some of my silver. I'm coming around to the side. It's okay if it goes a little bit on the back, that's fine. You don't want to make the back too chunky or it won't be able to lay down flat. All right, I've got some formations started. I need a little bit more clay to build up my face. So I've got the basics for a base of a face. Now, look at this. So it's kind of chunky around the edge. You can take your finger and kind of smooth that out. Get it so that it's more connected and not so separated. Smooth it out with your finger. And then you can smooth down some of this surface. Yes, clay will come off your fingers and out of your nails. Don't worry. So I'm gonna start with this. Let's hold it up closer. I'm gonna start with this. It's a little chunky, but it's mostly smoothed out. And now, just like before, I'm going to decide where do I want my eyes. So I'm gonna roll up a couple small spheres, place where I want them just to kind of feel it out. You can change it up a little bit if you need to. I'm going to shape them a little bit more. I decided I don't want scary baby doll eyes. Maybe you do. It's up to you. I'm gonna shape it. So I've got these eye shapes. I'm gonna form that triangle for the nose again, just like I did before. Triangle. If you think it's too big, you can always take it right off and try again. Mine's a little too big. You don't need so much clay, just a little bit of clay. This is a small space. Okay, I'm gonna start with that. And I'm gonna go into making a coil again for my lips. You might have discovered a different way that you want to do this. So you can figure that out. All right, so I've got basically eyes, nose, mouth, And I'm gonna put ears because I think I'm gonna give mine some ear jewelry, some earrings later. I'm gonna give nice ear size so I can really decorate it. So your sculpture won't magically become smooth if it's chunky. So whatever you want it to be, it's gonna dry as what it looks like, right? It doesn't magically change. So whatever's going on with your sculpture, you wanna make sure all these pieces are connected. I'm going in. So I know that I'm going to be painting this, right? So I'm going to be painting it. I'm going to be adding gemstones, glitter, things like that. So you don't have to make indents. Like you don't have to go in and make indents in the eyes. But if you want some texture, it's nice to do it. You don't have to do it. I'm going to do it for the ears. And that just adds a little interest to your sculpture. I'm gonna do the nose. I don't like that very much. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna take my nose off and try again. So that happens all the time, right? No worries if you need to take things off. I just didn't like the size of it for the sculpture. So as you're working, think about if it's connected. Is it just gonna be able to pull off? Like my lips might pull off really easily. So I'm eventually gonna go in with my tool and I'm gonna try to make sure it's connected. I will double check all of your sculptures and make sure I think everything is going to stay together and isn't gonna fall apart. But do you see how I'm going around my ear and making sure like all these pieces are actually not just sitting on top of each other, but smooth together? And so we have this short amount of time. We're going to get the face on today, and next time I see you on Friday, the paints will be out. So everything you want to sculpt has to be done today, because next time there will be no sculpture materials out. It'll all be about the paint.